Hi everyone, this is Cher here from the cookery school at Good Housekeeping. Obviously not at the cookery school at Good Housekeeping. I'm actually, this is my own kitchen, so welcome. I'm just doing this Facebook Live just, because why not? It's, we're all at home and I just wanted to kind of show you what I'm getting up to in my kitchen. So I've got a recipe that I'm just about to make, so I'll just maybe bring you along with me, and maybe, I don't know, go through some bits of my kitchen. It's pretty small, but it's basic, but it's functional. It's really vintage, shall I say. So you know what? I'm just going to show you what's in my cupboard because it's fun. I hope it's fun. So not a professional cameraman, obviously. So then we just have to adjust angles as we go. But yeah, let's do this. Okay, let's go. Let's show you what I've got in my cupboard. So just basic cupboard. It's a bit like open sesame. There we go. What have we got in here? It's I kind of like to stock it like sort of separately in compartments, just like flours on there, so plain bread, rye flour, etc. Bits of baking stuff, spice cupboard, spice rack, spice box rather. And then what have we got here? So canned tomatoes, blah blah, as well as kind of the more savory stuff. So baking in one section and savory in another. A little bit like how you would organize, I don't know, like a kitchen sort of dry store in a professional kind of restaurant. Ignore that, obviously, just ignore that. That's my starter, Diego. And Diego's a bit messy and unkempt at the moment. He's had a lot of, he's been baking with me quite a bit. Oops, I'm just going to set you down and pull down the spice box. And maybe let's go through some bits in here. It's a bit like, oops, hello. It's a bit like show and tell, really. What have we got here? So, let's see. Bits of what's this? So powdered mushroom and stews. This is something I quite like. It's like a algae mixture. I like to throw onto fish. Bharat, great for like stews. Again, the Indian stew. Again, that's more if I want to do like a Middle Eastern kind of stew. It's a mixture of different spices, basically. What have we got here? Cumin, pepper, coriander, etc. Really like ground coriander. It's used a lot in like Spanish, Indian cooking, Mexican cooking, a lot of Latin cooking as well. Coriander and cumin, I think those are the two spices I really kind of like. That's pepper from Cambodia, black peppercorns from Cambodia. That's more peppercorn. That's from Borneo, like collecting bits of peppercorn from around the world. That's saffron from France, which a dear friend of mine gave me last year. Thank you, Karen. Amazing. I didn't know that they grew saffron in France, but there we go. Apparently you can also grow saffron in the UK. Didn't know that either. I love this. This is Espelette pepper from south of France as well, which is really quite nice. I throw that into dishes when I want a little bit of a kick. Cayenne, Sichuan peppercorn's great if you don't want a super spicy kind of blast of heat, because it's really just a numbing heat. So yeah, love to throw that onto like your classic kind of like salt and pepper squid. Things like, just malt, curry powder, paprika. Love smoked paprika. This is great stuff here. Love to throw it into, paella, obviously, lots of different Mediterranean kind of dishes. I've got star anise, cumin, there we go, cumin, and more paprika. Just love paprika, really. It turns out. This is really amazing as well. I've loved this peperoncino from Calabria. This is great for like doing just basic kind of olive oil, saute with a bit of garlic, and throw this in there. Mix it all really well, and just use that as a finishing sauce for pasta, spaghetti. Really nice. So definitely try that out if you get the chance to. If you're not cooking or you're trying to kind of keep everything really simple, pasta with you know, that and a bit of garlic. It's just great. Cinnamon sticks for when I do again, stews and stuff like that. They're just great. And then just a couple of green stuff, mixed herb. Dried mixed herb is always a kind of classic. Just throw that in anything and everything, and it's pretty much kind of make everything taste really good. So yeah, that's, wow, I've actually tried to kind of pare it down over the years as I've moved to different places, just knowing what to buy and what not to buy. Obviously, try to keep everything, just buy everything in small containers and small jars, so that way you kind of go through them a lot faster. Don't go for the big chunky kind of packets, things like that, unless you're feeding or cooking for a big family. Just try and keep all your items really nice and small, because they do go off. Spices do lose their flavor and everything after a while, after a couple of years. So if you can't smell it anymore, then it's time to bin your spices, because that's not going to be any good anymore. So yeah, just definitely try to buy small quantities and use them up as much as possible once they've been opened, is my only kind of tip for the day, I guess. So yeah, that's my spice cupboard. I'm just gonna pop you down here whilst I organize myself. So having a look at all the kind of different ingredients we've got there, we're going to make, I was just going to make you some cookies. So I've got here corn flour, a little bit of sea salt, that's always quite nice, sea salt, cocoa powder, icing sugar. So there's no plain flour in this mixture. We're going to make some chocolate cookies without any sort of plain flour. So that means that's great for anyone who's gluten-free or gluten intolerant. We're just going to mix up our icing sugar, cocoa powder, and corn flour, and then add the rest of our ingredients, which happen to be 2 eggs. We're just going to use 1 egg plus the egg whites of 1 other egg. Vanilla extract or vanilla paste. I'm using a paste today, and some chocolate cookies, some chocolate chips, and really super simple. Okay, so I hope you get a chance to make this at home, which I'm sure you will, because we're all baking. Avid bakers apparently can't find any flour in the shops, or very hard finding flour in the shops. I'm just sieving my icing sugar, so just to make sure I get any kind of clumps out of there. So let us know if you've been baking, or you know, share with us what you've been making or baking in your kitchen. What's your favorite? What's your least favorite? And then we might even try to make that for you the next time we meet. Just sieving the icing sugar. So that's done. And then next, all of that cocoa powder goes in. Again, because cocoa powder tends to clump, I'm just going to push through with the back of a spoon, super easy. And then sieving my cornstarch as well. Push that through, make sure you get every last bit of that. Perfect. So now just going to mix this all up, so everything's kind of evenly distributed. I sometimes like to just throw in a pinch of salt, so you can do that if you want to, because otherwise it's going to be super, super sweet. So just mix that through. And now I'm going to set that aside whilst I sort out my egg situation. So with my 2 eggs, I just want to crack open one. We're going to use 1 whole egg, so that'll be this one here. And then I'm just going to very carefully just separate this other one. Make sure that I use only the egg white in here. Don't really need the egg yolk, so Save that for an omelette tomorrow morning. And then all you do is just kind of whisk it all up. So it's nice and uniform, so there are no kind of streaky egg whites left. And then I'm going to add just about a teaspoon of, or half a teaspoon rather, of this gorgeous vanilla paste. You can use more if you want to, but it's all up to you. Chocolate and vanilla just work really well. You can use vanilla extract, you can use vanilla beans or vanilla seeds, real vanilla seeds if you're up for it. But I find that vanilla bean paste just work, or vanilla extract work just as well. So just going to mix that through. Great, so I've got some dry ingredients. I'm just going to pour all of that in there. And it might look like it's a tiny amount of egg and a lot of dry icing sugar. Don't worry, just keep mixing, and this is where you kind of have to be patient with the mixing, okay? Because it's all going to not look like it's going to come together, but you just have to have faith. It's a bit like making a pancake batter. Might look quite dry initially, but don't worry, just keep mixing. And because it's very powdery icing sugar, just try to be gentle with your mixing. Otherwise, everything's just gonna fly out of the bowl. And speaking of bowl, it's quite prudent to just have a big bowl when you're doing this. If you try to do this in a small bowl, it's not going to end well, okay? Let's just put it that way. Right, so you can see how all of that is just becoming this lovely gooey mixture. I have some dry bits in here, so I'm just going to really whack my whisk against my bowl. Oops, some bit just went flying into some far-flung corner of my kitchen. So yeah, it's a pretty messy affair, but you know what? It's chocolate. It's fine. It's okay. So get every last bit off your whisk as much as possible, and I'm just going to mix in my chocolate chips in there, and then just kind of fold through and mix that really well until combined. So you can see, it doesn't take very long actually. Just want to kind of smush it against the side of the bowl. There we go. And that's ready. It's ready to go get baked. So I'm just going to grab a tray. Baking tray. Mixture. You can use 2 tablespoons to kind of scoop out your mixture. Or if you want to kind of have very evenly distributed amounts, i.e. if you want every cookie to have exactly the same amount of batter, then use an ice cream scoop. I actually find it's easier to use an ice cream scoop. Make sure to leave about 3 fingers width, so about 5 centimeters apart from between each cookie, so that you don't end up with joined up cookies, because they will spread. Okay. So how many are we getting out of this? You should be able to get about between 6 to 8, depending on the size of your ice cream scoop. These ones are, this scoop is kind of on the bigger side, so no, that's it. So it's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's about 5 5 cookies. So, and then completely optional, but I like to just kind of sprinkle on some sea salt on the top. It'll just give a nice garnish. And then these go into an oven to bake. So 160 degrees Celsius. And here's the end result. So you can see nice crunchy surface. And you want to definitely let them cool on the tin once they come out, because they'll be super soft. But once they cool down, they firm up. And let's see if we can just break one open. There we go. Nice gooey chocolate chip that's completely gluten-free. So you don't even have to use any kind of flour. Look at that. Okay, I'm not going to tease you anymore, but yeah, there we go. Have a go with this recipe. Yeah, absolutely. Try it out. So, just gonna set you up here. Okay, I'm back. So that's a lovely cookie. I really hope you have a go at this because, again, like I said, you know, just a few ingredients that you probably have in your cupboard anyway. I am going to try to not eat all of these at once. Oh yeah, I think having the salt definitely helps to kind of balance the sweetness of the cookie, so it's not overly sweet, and then you've got a nice kind of oh my god, it's coating the sorry, really shouldn't be talking whilst I'm eating, but it's coating the whole of my mouth. I think one is definitely gonna last me the whole day. A little goes a long way. These are super decadent, so definitely make them, share them with your loved ones. I'm sure they'll really appreciate it. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So in case you joined us towards the latter half of this live, this is Cher. I usually teach at cookery school. I teach classes at the cookery school, but today I've just shared with you a recipe of my chocolate cookie. So there you go. I think that's about it, really. So until the next time, enjoy the baking, enjoy the joyful baking, and take good care. Okay, bye guys.